Hey, 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 it's that. No, I'm not going to go there. What's going on, everybody? Gonna give it a little bit of time, see if anybody shows up. It is about to be 8 o'clock out here in Tennessee, where I've been this whole week. Well, since Tuesday. Head back home tomorrow afternoon. Let's see here. So there we go. That love it. Beautiful. All right, man. Well, I'm going to jump right in and get started on this thing because uh, the topic of tonight. Okay, why is winning so hard? And look, some of you on here or that watch this may say it's not that hard. I'm winning, right? I've won. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, and that's great. It's great. Um, you know, the majority, the majority of us it's we're not that smart maybe, or we're not that, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's taken me a long time to figure some stuff out um in life. Took me a lot longer than most, right? I'm not smarter than the average bear, but I have learned a lot over the last 10 years, and especially over these last 3 years since we launched MH Sales Mastery and Moscato Junior Enterprises. And I would have to agree with you guys that say it's not that hard. Okay. Now, are we where we want to be at? No, far from it. Look, I am way, way far away from where MH Sales Mastery is going to be. When you're building the professional development platform for a whole industry, right? The manufactured housing industry takes a lot of work, takes a lot of dedication, takes a lot of time, takes there's a lot to be done along with the work that actually generates the revenue, right? And but going back to it, you know, you look around and there's always people struggling. It's unfortunate when you see you're going around a city and you see somebody, a homeless person, you see somebody begging for money, or maybe you got a friend who's going through a hard time and lost a job or whatever it may be, right? And we start to wonder, like, man, why? What's going on? Because when I stop to think about it, when it's not it, the way I grew up as a in my younger years when I was a kid, especially through my teenage years. Okay, I grew up believing certain things. Okay, maybe it had to do with my ethnicity, right, and the way I was brought up. But I always believed that those things, those lucky people, right, and those things that happened, those people that had the money and the cars and the houses, that I look at, and they were lucky. Man, I remember growing up, like, for me, it was myself. I've got a younger brother, right, being raised by my mom, single mom, and man, I'm gonna tell you, getting things like a pair of jeans for school when the jeans I had ripped was a luxury. Like, you have to wait, you have to figure it out. Yeah, and the patches that mom would put on the inside. Um, Shoes, man, God forbid that I would wear my new tennis shoes just bought for the school year. As soon as I got home, I had to take them off, and put on my old shoes and all this stuff. And uh, going out, going out with my family or my friends, like even to the movies. I remember it was like once a month, and that was a treat to go to the movies. And you couldn't buy anything at the movies. Right? We stuffed everything in my mom's purse and we took the food in there. uh, because we just didn't have the money for it. Man. Um, and so you start to wonder, like, well, I guess this is life, right? And so growing up, that's what I thought. I thought that's just life. That's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. Uh, where I went to school, it wasn't that great, and most people didn't aspire for things. And don't get me wrong, there was a couple of guys and a couple of people in my graduating high school class that were, very smart, got scholarships. I'm like, damn, you know. Uh, but that was few and far between. And so, but one thing has always stuck with me. One of the things that I do have from my childhood, which is a strong belief in God and a strong belief in that God made us to be perfect and that God made us to thrive, not just to survive. And I'm not going to get all religious on you right now, okay? But we can if you want. But I strongly believe that God made us to thrive. Right? We were supposed to live forever. We were supposed to fill the earth. Adam and Eve were supposed to fill the earth, name every animal, and do everything that live this great life. Just don't eat from that tree. But anyway, um, so we were made. Think about it. You cut yourself, and what happens? You bleed. But then after a little bit of time, it stops bleeding. It stops bleeding, and it heals itself. It takes a little bit longer now at 53 than it did at 15, right? but it heals. We were made to live forever. You break a bone, and it fuses back together. The way we were made is amazing, and we were made to thrive. We were made to win. We were made to live forever, inhabit the earth, have a perfect life, all of these things. And you know, as things happened, and we all know, man, that went away, but we were still created with that. There's something innate in us as humans to want to thrive, to want to build, to want to do more, be more, learn more. And over the years, over the decades, over the centuries, as humanity, as humans, as life has gone on, we've had more and more bad in the world, and more people squashing people's, desires and goals and dreams. And so now it's at the point where the majority of people, man, they just think, as long as I pay my bills, frustrates the hell out of me when somebody says that to me. Right? When somebody, I'm interviewing something, whenever I was interviewing somebody, especially knowing what I know now, as far as, when I got into the manufactured housing industry, before that, I'll share with you guys, like, I've been in the manufactured housing industry now 17 years, when you include the 3 years of MH Sales Mastery, 17 years. But for 15 years before that, because I'm old, I I was in the signal world, right? And so I made some good money there, but I never made in that what I did in the manufactured housing industry. And so, no, having done what I did and experienced the financial gain that I did, and most of you may not have heard the story yet, but when I got into this business in 2009, I was broke. The we had the big old mortgage meltdown and economic meltdown of 2008. I had a little business where we were designing uh, floor plans of houses, right? We had a little architectural business. We design, build. And anyways, and I had to shut it down. And I got into this business. I had lost my house. I had lost everything. I was living out of my car. And the first 3 months, I slept in the office of where I lived, of where I worked, I'm sorry. And had all my clothes in a little storage shed in the back. I'd go to the Planet Fitness down the road to take a shower every morning at night. Um, but this industry has changed my life. And so fast forward to 8, 10 years after I had been in it, and I'm interviewing people, and whenever people would tell me, like, when I would ask them, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do for yourself? And they would tell me, I just want to pay my bills. I'm like, this is not the place for you to just pay your bills. This is a place for you to thrive. And especially at my office, especially around me, I can't have that. I can't have people talking that way. Because here's the thing, when you start thinking about those people that have it hard, those people that are unfortunate, right? That live in unfortunate situations, or even those of us that are in the business and you're struggling, and you see those people around you, those other sales consultants that are banking, and you're like, hey, why can't I do it? Winning is easy. Winning is easy. It just takes a lot of freaking work. It does. It takes a lot of work to build up the momentum that you need in order to thrive in life. It takes a lot of work to build up the pipeline that you need to be closing the amount of houses that you need in order to thrive in this industry. It takes discipline. It takes focus. Uh, and this is for everybody, man. I'm not just talking to sales consultants. I'm talking to everybody, manufacturers, lenders, all you guys out there. Look, it takes work. I tell everybody that the reason most people don't find success is because it's hidden under a rock. And that rock, on the rock, it says hard work. And most people don't want to turn that rock over. It's hard work. Believe me. And if you don't love what you do, if you're not passionate about helping families, if you're not passionate about housing, if you're not passionate about changing people's lives and at the same time changing yours, you're not going to put in the work. You're not going to be all in. You're not going to buy in. You're not going to drink the Kool-Aid. You're not in. You're just going to show up when you're supposed to. You're going to leave when the bell rings. You're going to, well, I didn't get it done today, so tomorrow's another day. And you're always going to be behind. And you're never going to have the deal flow or the closings to really thrive because it's hard work. You got to have a big vision. You got to have big goals. I had my former boss tell me one time, you know what, Caesar? You're an idealist and I'm a realist, is what he told me. And he says, an idealist, they end up losing a lot. And that stuck with me because I've always dreamed big, right? But everyone should, even the realists, right? Everyone should dream big, but you have to understand the reality of that dream, which is it takes a lot of work to accomplish it. It takes a lot of work to actually hit the goal. If you're in sales, man, it takes a lot of work to learn the product, learn how to learn how to interpret people, read people, having that emotional intelligence, right? It's not just about a gift of gab, it's about truly caring for people. I had a sales meeting this morning, sales call this morning with the sales team, and we were going over a situation with a buyer who was trying to back out, a buyer who was trying to not buy on Wednesday, making all these excuses. And they asked me if I'd give them a call, and I called them, and I was able to talk to them. And today we were kind of reflecting on all that. And the sales consultant said, man, I wish I could have listened to that phone call to hear what you said. And all I said was, you know, I just said the truth about it. I didn't sweet talk the person. I simply told that person the truth, but in a very, very sincere manner, because I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about this industry. It's like I told them this morning, look, we're not for everybody, right? But right now we're for a lot of people. We are for a lot of people that cannot buy a site built home. not just the people that normally buy manufactured homes, right? That 9 to 10% of the market that we always hear about, those are manufactured home buyers. They've always been there. Right now, there's so many people out there that can't afford a home, can't with the rates and the prices of site built homes, they can't afford, but they can afford yours, right? If you're not passionate about what you do, you're not going to take the time to learn about it and understand why this is the best option for them. Because what I was getting at is this morning I was telling everybody, we're not for everybody, but we're for a lot of folks. If somebody comes into my office and they make $400,000-$500,000 and they're telling me like, hey, I want to see this compared to a site built home, I just look, go buy the site built home. All right, go buy the site built home. But if somebody comes to me that's making 100, 200, maybe 250, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to do everything I can to help these people. I'm going to help them understand that them going right now making 100, 200, 250 to buy a site built home, they're going to be settling. They're going to have to be buying something that's about 400,000, 450, right? But it's not going to have everything they want. It's not going to be in a great place, and they're going to have to sacrifice some things. And so you got to fight. But the only way you're going to do that is if you're passionate enough to learn everything that you learn, put in the work that you need to put in so that you can make it make sense for people. And that's why I tell everybody, I'm telling you right now, my friends, winning, it's not hard. You'll have a lot of failures. I'm just telling you, okay? The losses will far outweigh the wins. The losses will far outweigh the wins. You're going to have way more losses than you're going to have wins. But the wins that you do have are going to be huge. The wins that you do get, those closings that you get, the buyers that come in and actually go all the way through, that 20% of people that actually end up going all the way through will reward you financially in a tremendous way. So you can win, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of hard work, especially when you're just starting. Like I mentioned, when we started, look, man, I'm in year 3. Next month will be 3 years of MH Sales Mastery. And I'm here to tell you guys, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of freaking work, man. I'm still on, I maybe get 5 hours of sleep instead of 4. So it's gotten a little bit better, but that's only because I got more people on the team now. I don't have to do everything myself, but man, there's still a lot to do. But I love it. And the difference between what we do at MH Sales Mastery as a professional development platform for the manufactured housing industry is we're not a company that was built on theory. We're a company that has built everything on reality, on hands-on experience. And we continue. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee right now with one of our clients. Been here all week, working in their retail center, going through marketing, doing marketing, taking phone calls, sitting with customers. Everything, man. We are in the mix. Believe me, we are not out of touch. We are more in touch now than ever. And that's why we come in and provide solutions to retailers and communities like we do and help their sales teams the way that we do. Sometimes some of them are stubborn. Believe me. Believe me. But when it clicks and they get it and they start to go, it's game over. But it takes work. It takes work for all of you out there right now wondering why is it so hard? Why am I just barely getting by or not even getting by? Because you're not putting in all the work. Caesar, I work all day. No, you may be busy all day, but you're not being productive. You're not doing everything that you're not picking up everything that you could be picking up. You're not learning everything that you could be learning. You're not mastering your sales process. You're just working. There's a difference. Guys, we develop so many different programs and different ways, products, right? From our planners to our objection cards and different programs that now we've got now we have a certification program on leadership. All those things we got to build all that stuff, right? But it takes learning to be able to do those things. You never stop learning. You're never going. If you think that you're going to get into this business and oh man, they put me through 2 weeks of training and I started taking customers. I got it now. You ain't got shit. I'm just here to tell you. If you're not the type of person that continues to learn, continues to grow, continues to push yourself, you ain't got shit. You will fall. At some point in time, it will fall apart. You will fall apart, and you are going to be wondering, what happened? The work never stops. It doesn't. It just gets easier. Kind of. And when I mean by easier, it's you already know the industry, you know the things, so it's easier to learn the new things that you need to learn. You start learning how to include this and how to add that into what you do. So, my friends, look, I'm going to leave you tonight with that. Why is winning hard? Because it takes hard work, and most people aren't willing to put it in. If that's not you, if you are the type of person that's willing to put in the hard work into the things that matter, not busy work, not busy work, hard work. Hard work to always be improving. Hard work to always learn from your mistakes. Hard work to continue to grow. Hard work to continue to master your marketing. Hard work to get better on the phone. Hard work to be more influential. Hard work to be there when the buyers are there. You have a shot at winning, and life will be so much better. And the beautiful thing about it is the people around you are going to take notice. Your coworkers, friends, your family, your kids, they all notice. They may not tell you anything. I'm also telling you that, right? Don't be expecting for everybody to come up and say, "Oh my God, you do such great work. Oh my God, thank you for this." And all that. Especially in action. Anyways, but they notice. And then next thing you know, you're going to see them doing it. You're going to catch them doing the hard work because they followed your example, because they saw mom or dad putting in the hard work. Not busy work, okay? Don't confuse hard work with busy work. Busy work is bullshit, all right? I want you to, here's what I want you to say, okay? The next time that you want to say, when somebody asks you, how's it going today? And you want to say, like, oh, it's busy, okay? Before that word busy comes out of your mouth, I want you to be thinking, right? We always got to replace one habit with another. Let's replace busy with bullshit. Oh, it's bullshit. Look, I mean, I'm working. If you're going to say it's busy, then you're not being productive. And productive is hard work because being productive means doing some of the things you don't really want to do. Learning, getting better, making that other phone call, calling that fire, putting out that fire, making those tough calls, do it, finishing the application, the back page, and everything before you leave for the day, so that it can get submitted. Rather than it's 5:30, I'll come and finish it tomorrow, and then you come in the morning, and then let me get this other stuff done. Busy. There's no prizes for busy. It's productive. You got to be productive. So at the end of the day, I want you to ask yourself, was I productive today? Because that's how winning is done, right? We've all heard the Rocky speech when he talks about how winning is done. And you go back and listen to it, and it's going to be all about the hard work. And I told you earlier, you're going to have a lot more losses than you're going to have wins, but those wins are going to be huge. And just like Rocky said, right, you're going to get kicked, you're going to get knocked down, you're going to get punched. You got to get back up because that's how winning is done. And most people don't want to. Most people don't even want to take the punch, right? Well, these 3 years, I think I've aged like 20, but I love it. I love it. I love what we're doing. I love what we're building. I love what we've done. I love what the amount of people we've helped. I love seeing people's lives change within the industry. I love seeing people elevating themselves. I love people talking about how we are having an impact on the way that people approach the industry and think about the industry and talk about the industry. And you know who wins for that? You do. You do. And it's hard work. So tonight, Friday, before selling Saturday, right? Tomorrow's selling Saturday, baby. Get ready for some fucking hard work. Go do it. All right? I gotta get myself something to eat because I am hungry, as my kid would say. Then I got work to do. Doesn't stop. But I love it. And you should too. If there's any way that we can help you, that's what we're here for. We are the professional development platform for the manufacturing housing industry. We aren't a sales training company. We do sales training. We aren't a consulting company. We do consulting. We are a platform that brings you media through our podcasts and blogs and all our recorded webinars and things of that nature. We bring certification course from like the PHC course where I'm going to be in Vegas. If you're coming to MHI, you need to be at Vegas the day before on Tuesday and contribute. Be a part of it, man. Be a part of the PHC class. Sign up for it. Go on MHI's website and sign up for that PHC course. Start carrying the PHC behind your name. We got PHC course. Now we have a certified leadership program. You get certified as a certified professional leader. Your MH Sales Mastery. We've got some other certified courses that are coming. We've got our live events like MH Sales Mastery Live happening in Chicago in May. Man, that's going to be crazy. If you weren't in Scottsdale last month in February, you missed out and you need to be with us in Chicago. So go on to our website, but we got live events, right? We've got our free community. Look, for those of you on here right now, okay, please check it out. Go to our school community and go be a part of it. Go register. It's free, damn it. It is free. And you can get free shit there. You can get a lot of information. There's so many people that are contributing to it. Go in there. We got all types of people from the industry that are in there. Go to MH Sales Mastery Network on school. Okay. Let's see if I can pull up that website. Well, let's see. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay. Go there and be a part of that. We've got the media, we've got the live events, we got the certification, we got the community, right? We've got our training courses, we got our consulting. 7 pillars. We got our tech and AI. We've got a partnership with Rilla. If you don't know about Rilla, you're about to find out. We also designed, when you sign up for the school program, okay, when you sign up for the school community, you're going to get for free an app that we designed. We created an app, a marketing app, a branding app where it's going to make it so easy for you to do your video marketing. It's going to give you everything you need. All you got to go and do is shoot it. You'll get that for free. So don't get it. All right. And that way you guys can be a part of what we got going on. So I hope you guys have a great night and we'll continue going and we'll continue moving forward. All right. Until then, my friends, as always, can't wait to meet you.